Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I have this beautiful 2008 Volkswagen new Beetle. As you can see, this is not an ordinary Beetle. This is a custom one, and it was made by a good friend of mine, Christian, who actually put a lot of hours and a lot of work into turning this one into what we have here today. So he started from scratch and built this car from nothing to this. Pretty amazing, isn't it? And today I was lucky enough to review it. Stay tuned. So, a short history lesson. The Beetle was created in 1938 under direct supervision of Adolf Hitler, who wanted a car that was cheap and affordable for every person. Now, I don't know how many of you actually know this, but the Beetle was actually designed by Ferdinand Porsche. And we all know what Ferdinand Porsche created after. And because of this, a lot of people are saying that actually the Beetle was the base and the born platform of the 911. From 1938 till 2003, they managed to sell, get a load of this, 21.5 million Beetles, which is amazing. And I do like how it sounds. Beetles. Beetles, 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 Beetles. So, after so huge sales, they wanted something different. And they created the new Beetle, which, honestly, it looks good and it's a stylish version of the old one. My opinion, I like it. It looks refreshing and still cute. The new Beetle went into production in 1997 and managed to go all the way up to 2011. In these years, they had a lot of engines available for this one, starting from a 1.4 liters petrol one to a 3.2 petrol V6 who had 225 horsepower and 320 Newton meters for this car. That's insane. Now, this one that I have here today has a 1.6 petrol engine, and it's manual, and it has 101 horsepower and 148 Newton meters, which isn't bad in numbers considering that this car is not that heavy. This beauty that I have here today, it's called a blush edition, and only 1,500 were made for the entire world. And this one is pretty rare. Now, what does blush edition mean? Well, it means that this one has a red rooftop, a red leather interior, and as Volkswagen says, this is a white gold paint job. And I honestly do think that this looks amazing. From the front end, I do like how these headlights look. I mean, even though it's similar to the old model, it's refreshing, and somehow I think it smiles at you. Now, these wheels, as you can see, they are custom made and they do look beautiful. These are 17-inch wheels and give this car a modern look. And honestly, it goes well with the paint. From the back end, the Beetle looks beautiful. I mean, this convertible model, it's something different than the coupe. And of course, I do like that this red rooftop matches with the taillights, gives it quite a unique finish. What do you think? Now, getting the trunk opened, you press that button on the door side and you just rise it up. Now, as I mentioned, isn't big, but isn't small either. You can actually fit a lot of things here. And just because the rooftop doesn't go into the boot, it stays on top of the car. Now, because it's a special edition, this car has some neat features on, and as I mentioned, the interior is red leather because it's a blush edition. You can see it's so beautiful. We have standard seats, which they're comfortable. As I mentioned, this car is a manual one, a 5-speed manual. And actually you can see how beautiful it is. We do have here the window controls, which in this case, because it's a convertible, you can actually drop all 4 windows down on a push of a button right over here. We do have electric mirrors, and of course we have the fuel tank and the trunk. Now, the interior of this car looks good. It's not the best and top materials because, well, it was an entry level. I do like how this aluminum trim looks. Of course, the red leather looks amazing. These look like ventilated seats, but they are not. They are heated, and we have here the heating controls for the seat. You can actually go from 0 to all the way up to 5 if your butt needs to be warm. We do have the air conditioning system here, which is pretty standard climate controls. You can actually find these on Polos and Golfs, and I think even on some other Volkswagen models. We do have a CD player, which is actually an MP3 player, which is not that bad. And the interior is pretty minimalistic. I mean, as you can see, it looks good, but it's simple. We have a 3-spoke steering wheel, which looks okay. And here we have the cluster, which is only one. We do have the speed, the RPMs, and the fuel tank. Because, well, you never need more. To be honest with you, I was never a very big fan of the Beetle. I mean, I didn't hate it, but just didn't love it. It was somehow there. But this convertible actually got to my heart, because these lines are so different than the coupes. I mean, it's pretty amazing how this car looks. Just take a look at it. Now, because like any other car, all of them have some issues, well, the Beetle didn't escape my list. So let's find out what's wrong with them, because apparently there are some things that can actually go wrong with them. Apparently there are some engine rattles, which, well, kind of normal-ish, but keep in mind that this is a Volkswagen, so it's not that hard and it's not that expensive to repair. You do have some electrical faults like almost any other car, but a lot of people say that actually this one has an electrical problem with the windows because apparently they do break a lot. Other than that, you do have some oil leaks, which, well, you do, and some transmission problems with the automatics, but nothing really hard. I mean, overall, this is a pretty reliable car. It's cheap to buy, it's cheap to maintain, and if you take good care of it, she will take good care of you. If you are in the market looking to buy one, well, you may actually know that they start from around 700 quid, which is cheap. But I wouldn't go for those models because, well, if you want to buy a headache, well, buy cheap cars. But a good example with full service history, low mileage and few owners can set you up for 7 or 8 grand, which is impressive money. But I do think that they're worth it. Because this is a convertible, this is actually the best part because we can take the roof off. And boy, this is a beautiful day to take the roof off this car. So we have two procedures. First of all, we're gonna press this button here. We're gonna grab this handle here and twist it. And after that, we're gonna press this button over here. Check what happens. And we have a beautiful convertible. One thing I forgot to mention is how beautiful this car is with the top down. There she is, the beauty. You can actually see how beautiful she is with the top down. Honestly, I'm so lucky that I had the chance to review this one, because imagine reviewing one car out of 1,500 made. We don't actually know how many there are left in the world, but today I found a unicorn and I'm thankful for that, because my God, look at it. The red leather, the red rooftop, and of course what my friend did to this car. It's an amazing job, and honestly it looks excellent. So, driving the new Beetle Blush Edition. Oh, I'm so thrilled about this one because, well, as I mentioned, this is a unicorn, being a manual and being so rare. It's such a huge opportunity for me, and oh my God, I do love cars, and especially I'm loving it, this one. So let's see how it drives. Let's see how it is, and you can actually see how excited I am to drive this one. And there are not so many words that can actually describe my feeling right now. I do believe that Christmas is here, so stay with me. There she goes. Whee! Oh yeah, it's beautiful to be with the top down and just enjoy this view. I mean, the car it's fun. I mean, you have a 1.6 engine, so it's not about the performance. You only have 100 horsepower and 150 Newton meters, so it's not something really sporty. But Christian, the owner, said that he actually lowered this car, which you actually seen that it's been lowered, so it has a stiffer suspension, which makes it really nice to drive. Now the steering is responsive, responds very well to my maneuvers, like left and right, right and left. So I can actually see how people are looking at me because, oh my God, I told you this is a unicorn. So it's really nice. It's a really nice sensation driving with the top down. The weather is beautiful today. The roads are beautiful. And I don't know, maybe you can hear some wind noise. I'm sorry for that, but I really wanted to drop the top down for this experience. Honestly, it's something that you need to have. Honestly, there are people turning heads over this one. Now, about quality and comfort, well, it's a Beetle, so you know it's an entry level for Volkswagen. As I mentioned, it was the cheapest car available, and well, I think over the years just got better and better, but this one is actually nice with this red leather and this red rooftop, and of course the red side panels. It's much more interesting, and oh boy, is it fun to drive. It's nimble, it's funny. I mean, you won't have any performances, so we're gonna leave that aside. We're not gonna even discuss about speed or discuss about how fast it is, because it ain't. But the fun fact is that being such a beautiful show car makes it valuable. Honestly, it's a valuable car and deserves all the attention that you get in. Oh my God. Yeah, well, the gearbox is responsive. I mean, it's a 5-speed gearbox. At the end of the day, you really want a car that actually turns heads. So, well, I think this is the purpose of this one. Honestly, I do love it. I do like it, and well, I'm having the blast with it today. Pretty amazing. So, at the end of the day, it was a beautiful day for me. I had a beautiful car. I enjoyed it. It's such a beautiful feeling to be in a car that actually gets a lot of attention from people, and it deserves a spot there with the greatest cars, because if wouldn't have been for the Beetle, maybe we wouldn't have 911s now. So thank you very much for watching me, guys. I appreciate you all. Thank you for supporting me and subscribing to my YouTube channel. There's a lot more coming from me and from my side, and I'll definitely see you soon. Take care, all the love, best of luck.